Welcome back to our Dress YouTube channel. In today's class, we're going to learn how to make this beautiful pleated waistline dress. Okay, you can see the waistline. The waistline is snatched, it's pleated, and it is big on the lower part as well as the bust area. Okay, I'm going to take you through how to cut and sew this. This is very simple to make because you don't need so much measurements for this. This is the sleeve. The sleeve is a kimono sleeve, and this is the sleeve opening where your hand is going to come out from. You can see how snatched the waist area is, and then at the back you're going to have a zipper at the back here. I just held mine with pins, so this is what the back is. The waistline at the back is also going to be fitted just like we have in front. So I'm going to take you through how to cut and sew this. Okay, so this is a very simple tutorial. You don't need so much measurements for this. So the only measurement you're going to need is your full length, okay, where you want this dress to stop. And if you're making it into a top, you need your blouse length measurement. So once you have that, the only part that is fitted on this is the waistline. So I'm going to be working with my waistline because I'm going to be folding into four. You can see one, two, three, four. I folded it into four for both front and back. So I'm going to work with my waist measurement. I'm making it for this miniature, and the waistline of this miniature is around 14 inches. Okay, so whatever it is that your waist measurement is, you are going to divide that by 4 because your fabric is folded into 4. So now once you divide it into 4, you now add extra measurements that you want. So let's say your waistline is 30 inches. Okay, if you divide 30 inches by 4, you are going to have 7.5. So now that 7.5, to know the amount of fabric to fold, that 7.5 you are going to add between 2, 3 or 4 inches depending on how big you want it to be when you pleat it back to your actual waist measurement. So for me, my waist is 14. 14 divided by 4 is going to give me 3.5. Okay, so that 3.5 inches, I'm going to add maybe 3 or 4. I'm going to multiply that by 3 or 4 inches. Okay, because it's a miniature. But if you're working with a regular woman body, if you multiply by 3 inches, 3 inches should be fine, especially if you are using a fabric that is very stiff, that will bring out the bulkiness very well. So that is what I am doing here. So here I have 14 inches, so that's me multiplying by 4 again. Then you're going to add 1 inch for your zipper allowance because this is going to have a zipper. So this is everything that I have here. So this is the center fold here. So I'm going to first mark out the zipper allowance that I'm working with. There's going to be a seam at the center front as well, so that's why I'm including my front in this allowance. If you're not having a seam at your center front, then it means you're going to just fold in a way that your front is going to be different from the back, just like we fold our normal bodies. I hope you understand that. So I'm marking out the allowance for my zipper, and then all other measurements that I'm going to be taking will start from where the allowance stops. So here you're going to mark your neckline measurement. So for this, is not a regular neckline, like I said, it's a small body. So I'm doing 2.25 for my width, and then for the depth for the front, for the back I'm going to do around 1 inch, and then for the front is going to be a V neckline. So I think 4 inches is fine for me. So if you are working with an actual body measurement, so here you can do 3 inches for your width, and then for the depth you can do 1 or 1.5 inches, and then for the front you can do 7 inches, 6, 7 or 8 inches depending on how deep you want the neckline to be. So now you're going to grab your curve and then connect your neckline together. This is for the back. I hope my chalk is visible. And then you're going to place your ruler like this and then connect your V shape for your front. So here I'm going to come here for my shoulder slope. So for the shoulder slope, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. If you're working with a normal size, you can do 1.5 inches. Okay, let me shift this a bit. Okay, so here you can see me marking the 1 inch, and then I'm going to connect it to my neck point, which is here. So that is what I'm going to do for my shoulder slope, and that is about all the markings that we are going to be doing for now. So once all of that is out of the way, you are going to cut out your neck measurement. So this is the back. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut the shoulder. So after cutting your shoulder, you're going to raise the front up, and then you're going to cut the front measurement. as well. That's the front neckline. So after this, you're going to go ahead and cut facing both your front and back. And if you are turning with a bias, you go ahead and turn it with your bias. I'm going to open up the center fold for the zipper to be able to pass through the back, and then I'm going to rejoin the front back. So this is the front and this is the back. So like I said, you can just go ahead and cut out your facing for this, or you can just work with a bias, but facing is better. So I'll do that now and then turn the necklines, then bring it back for us to see the next thing to do. I've gone ahead to cut out my facing. Facing is just like a small lining, so I'm going to place it. This is the neckline for the front. You are going to sew it and flip so that it can be neat. Then you are going to join it at the center front together. So you do the same thing for the second side of your front, and then for the back as well, I cut out a facing for the back. This is the second front. So for the back, I cut out a facing for the back as well, and then I'm going to use this to turn out the back. So now in ideal situation, you just go ahead and sew your back zipper to this, but I'm just going to pin this to my mannequin, so I'm not going to be fixing a zipper to it. So you just go ahead now and turn it, and then I'm going to sew the back close first so that it will be easier for me to work with. I've gone ahead to turn the neckline. You can see that the neckline is neatly turned now, so you can go ahead and serge this part. You are going to do the exact same thing for the back as well, but in the case of the back, you're going to insert a zipper here. I just sew mine at the back because I want it to be easy, and I'm not fixing the zipper to this, but you're going to install a zipper to your back. So now the next thing we need to do now is to gather this waist. Remember that the waist is going to be fitted, and we have our waist multiplied by 3 or 4 depending on what you use. So we need to make sure that this waist comes back to the original waistline. So in order to be able to calculate the original waistline, we're going to do a little measure calculation here. So this is our original waistline. In the case of this dress form, is 14 inches. So you're going to use your original waistline, and what we have here is obviously more than 14 inches. So to do that now, you are going to take your actual waistline. In my case, my waistline is 14. You're going to divide that by 4. Okay, you're dividing by 4 because we folded our fabric into 4. I explained that earlier, and that gave me 3.5. Okay, so that is what I'm going to gather each of these two. This side is going to be 3.5, the second side of the front is going to be 3.5, then for the back as well, I'm going to have 3.5, 3.5 to make my total of 14 inches. Okay, so now to know how to pleat this, I want the pleat to be at the center part alone. Okay, I don't want my pleat to extend to the side. To do this, I'm going to be using my bust span measurement as a reference point. That's the nipple to nipple. For this, the nipple to nipple is 3 inches. From one nipple to another, I have 3 inches. So to share it for the two fronts, you are going to divide that into 2, and you are going to have 1.5 inches. So what you are going to do now is to deduct that bust span from quarter of your waist. So if I do 3.5 minus 1.5, I'm going to have 2 inches. So the 2 inches is going to be my side, and then the 1.5 is going to be for the pleats that I'm going to be doing around the bust span area. I hope you understand that. Let's say you're working with a normal waistline of, let's say, 30 inches. What you need to do is to divide that 30 inches into 4, and you're going to have 7.5. Now 7.5 is the quarter of your waistline. So now you take the bust span of the person. Let's say the bust span is 7 inches. If you divide the bust span by 2, you're going to have 3.5. So if you subtract this 3.5 from 7.5, you're going to have 4. So 4 is going to be your side, and then 3.5 is where you're going to be creating the pleats. I hope you understand that. All you just need to do now is to take away the bust span, half of the bust span from quarter of your waist measurement. So in this case, the quarter of my waist measurement is 3.5, and then I'm taking away 1.5, which gave me 2. So you're going to come to your side, and then you mark that 2 inches. Remember, that's the part that you're not going to be pleating, that 2 inches. So now after marking the 2 inches, I'm going to go ahead and mark 1 inch for my seam allowance. Okay, so now what I have left here is what I'm going to be pleating back to my bust span measurement, which is 1.5. I hope you understand that. So what you need to do now is to mark what you have. You're going to measure what you have. I have 11 inches. This is my center. There's a seam there, so it makes it easy for you to know the center. So I have 11 inches. You need to decide how many pleats you want to have. So if you want to have 4 pleats, you divide this by 4. If you want to have 5 pleats, you divide it by 5, so that you'll be able to distribute the pleats evenly. So let's say I want to have 5 pleats and I divide it by 5, I'm going to have around 2.2. That's 11 divided by 5. So what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and mark this 2.2 all around. I'm going to simply divide what I have here into 5. So I'm marking that 2.2 all around, and if you count it, it means you have divided. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So once you have it, now the next thing is to start pleating. So to pleat, you're going to be pleating towards the center. So you take the first pleat like this, and then you pleat it like this. So when you want to pleat, you're going to maintain this line. Remember, this is your waistline. This line that you have here is where your waist is going to be, 8.5 for me. Okay, if you take my mannequin now and you mark where the waist is, you can see the waistline here. This is 8.5 for me. That is where I am marking. So this is where I have this line. So this line is going to be my guide for pleating, but I'm not going to be pleating straight like this. I'm not going to pleat it straight like this. So when I'm pleating, I'm going to be bending my hand a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is to take the first place, you take it to your center front like this, and then I'm going to hold it. So after holding it, I'm going to take the next place now, and then I'm going to take it. So I'm pleating to 1.5. So you make sure that by the time you are done, what you have is just 1.5, which is your bust span measurement, okay, to complete your full waist measurement. So you can see I'm not pleating straight, I'm bending it, but I'm still maintaining that line that I have here. I hope you understand that. As I'm pleating, I'm bending my hand a little bit, but still maintaining my waistline measurement. I'm not pleating like this. I'm just simply pleating it like this. So once you are done pleating, you take your tape now, and then you check what you have there to see that you have what you need to have, which is 1.5. Okay, so now I'm going to take my tape rule, and then I'm going to check that. So what I have here is, you can see I have 1.5 inches here, and then you're going to have 3.5 inches for your full waist and the 1 inch seam allowance. So that is what you need to have. So now you're going to repeat the same thing for the other side. You're going to simply divide this, since we know that we are dividing by 2.2 inches. So I'll simply take my tape and then mark 2.2 inches into 5 places, because we have the same thing. This is the same thing I'm going to be repeating for the back as well. So once I have that, you're going to take it and then you start pleating towards the front, same way you did for the first side. So you're going to pleat it and hold with your pin like this. You take the next pleat, you take it, making sure that your lines, they align well, and then you're going to hold with your pleat again. So you go ahead and do the same thing for the next one. You are going to hold with your pleat, and then you make sure that you have 1.5 inches when you are done. Okay, this can be a bit difficult for me because I'm using a miniature, but I'm still going to make it work. I'll make sure that I have 1.5 inches, because the waistline is so small and you may not be able to distribute it. But if you're working with an actual woman body, it's going to be easier for you. So now when you pleat it, this is what you're going to have, and then you're going to sew it. So once you spread it, you can see you're going to have the upper part being full, the waistline being small, and then the lower part is going to be full as well. So now to sew this, I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, and then I'm going to mark 1 inch upwards. Okay, I'm going to mark 1 inch upwards and 1 inch downwards. That's a space of 2 inches. And then I'm going to run a stitch where I have the pleat here. I'm going to stitch it down to hold it, and then I'll be able to remove my pins. I'll do the same thing here. I'm going to hold it with my stitch. Then after that, I'm going to iron it. So this is for the front. You're going to do the same thing for the back. So this is my back. I've already done that for my back. Okay, so the center back here, you're going to have a zipper there. So, and once you pleat your back as well, this is what you're going to have. So you take it to your sewing machine, and then you mark 1 inch upwards and 1 inch downwards. So if you're working with a normal size, you can do 1.25 upwards, 1.25 downwards. So you just distribute it how comfortable it's going to be on your body. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this now and then bring it back to show us what we have. So I've gone ahead to run the stitches. You can see, like I said, you can see that I still maintained my waistline here, and I run the stitch 1 inch upwards, 1 inch downwards all around to hold my pleats down. So you can see now that the waist is looking cinched, it's looking smaller, and this is what the upper part and lower part looks like now. So you are going to check your waist measurement again. You should have your actual waist measurement, that's quarter of your waist, 7, plus 1 inch seam allowance, that's 8, on, sorry, quarter of your waist, 3.5, plus 1 inch, that's 4.5. So if you had for the two side, that's going to give you 9 inches. So you should have 9 inches on your waistline. You can see that is what I have here. I have 9 inches. That's my waistline, 7 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance on both sides. So now, like I said, you can go ahead and iron it down, but I'm just going to continue. But you can see what we have. You can see that it is looking good already. So I did the same thing for the back. I went ahead to sew down the place for the back. So this is the allowance to sew your zipper. So make sure that when you are sewing your pleats, you don't sew your allowance to it. So what I'm going to do now is to place the front and back on each other, and then I'm going to go ahead and join it on the shoulder. So I'm going to join the two shoulders together, then we're going to run a stitch on the side. So I have gone ahead to join the shoulders together, and this is what I have. So now what you need to do now is to join this side. So to join this side, you are going to mark out your sleeve opening. Okay, you mark where your sleeve is going to be open, and you measure that place loosely on your body. So but for this miniature, from where my shoulder is, I'm just going to mark down around maybe 5 inches, 5 to 6 inches downwards, and then I'll start sewing from there. I'll come to the other side and do the same thing. I'm going to mark down 5 to 6 inches, and then from there I'm going to sew it down. So here you're going to sew with 1 inch. So the 1 inch seam allowance that you have here is what you're going to use to fold this part in so that it can be neat. You do the same thing here, hem your lower part, and then you're done. So we are done joining it on the sides now, and like I said, I used the seam allowance to hem the sleeve all around. So this is what you are going to have. You can see how beautiful this is looking. This is the waistline all snatched. This is the hem. You can see how big it is on the hem, so you don't need the slit or anything to work easily. This is the upper part as well. So the upper part is going to be big as well, so your bust can easily fit into it. So this is what your back is going to look like. So here you're going to have a zipper at your center back. So I'm going to be loosening the zipper allowance now so that I can wear it for the mannequin, and then we'll see what it looks like on the mannequin. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the mannequin. You can see our waistline, you can see how fitted it is, and then the pleating is just around the bust band area. The side is not pleated. You can see the side is not pleated. So this is what you're going to have if you work with a damask fabric like me, or any structural fabric. It's just going to come out this puffy. I've not even ironed it at all, and it is still looking this nice. Okay, so you can see that there's enough room for the bust around this area. So you're going to have enough room for your bust because of the pleats that we have here. This is what it looks like on the back. So you're going to run your zipper through the back. I just held mine with zipper, and it's going to be equally fitted on the back area as well. This is the side, and this is the sleeve opening where your hand is going to come out of. You can see where you have your sleeve opening there, and this is the shoulder. You can see how beautiful this is looking and how simple it is to make. You don't need so much measurement to do this, and you have something this beautiful. I hope you enjoyed making this beautiful tutorial with me. If you enjoyed this, let us know in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. I will see you in the next one. Bye.